the doctor comes in and just says he's non-survivable. So in my head, I thought they said he didn't survive or he wasn't going to survive. They just said this injury is non-survivable. And yeah, at that moment, this is me and his dad's. This is our only child. We have no other kids, so we kind of like lost it a little bit. Thank God we had family there praying with us and keeping us together, because I don't know if the family didn't get there when they did, I don't know if I would be here, because I kind of blacked out and it just I couldn't believe what was happening. So he spent 10 days in that hospital. He kept spiking a bad fever, and they kept telling me it was from his brain injury. They took the part of the skull off so his brain could swell and everything like that. And he's showing. So after 10 days, we got him transported to a better hospital, which is Children's Hospital Philadelphia. We got him there, and they told me that he actually had a brain infection from the other hospital, not caring for the wound as they should have. So now he's fighting a really bad brain infection, and Chop told me that it's not, after he survived the 3 days, they give you 3 days after injury to the head. His eyes was, when they put the light in his eyes, he was
responded to
it. Yeah, so we knew that he was still there somewhat. We just didn't know how much he was going to be there. When we got the Chop, their main focus was the brain infection and not the gunshot wound. Like, of course, the gunshot wound also, but at this point, it was a really bad infection, and they were like, he's probably not going to survive the infection in his brain because it's so bad. He was on medication for that infection until we stayed 2 months in the hospital and 5 months in rehab there. So we spent 7 months at CHOP. And I want to say out of that 7 months, he was on the infection medication for at least 6 months. That's how bad the brain infection was. They had to actually change it because it wasn't, the first time it wasn't doing anything. The first medication they tried wasn't doing anything. So he did multiple surgeries there where they took out more of the skull. So because his head was expanding so much, they had to take more of the skull off. So he went through that surgery. He went through an intense clean out of the brain because of the infection, where they came to me and said that he had a blood clot going to his lungs or his heart, and they didn't know what was going to happen. And come to find, after like 5 minutes, I'm thinking, freaking out, and they came and said it just disappeared. And we were praying. His grandma was there. Both of us, me and his dad, come from both families that pray, and so we had a lot of that around us. And my mom passed away in 2016. I just want to say this because this is a big part of why I think Amir's still here too. My mom passed away in 2016. Her name was Barbara. The first hospital that Amir went to, the floor that he was on was called Barbara. It was dedicated to a lady named Barbara. Then they had a chaplain come in and pray for us in the room, and her name was Barbara. And I just believe that my mom was there, and I always tell people this story because it's so real, God,
I love them always around.
So we spent 2 months in the hospital, 5 months in rehab, and a lot of the time in the hospital, the doctors would come to me and tell me that even though he was breathing over the machine he was on, they would tell me that if he wakes up, he probably won't do anything. Like, he won't be able, all he would do is lay there and blink his eyes. He won't be able to communicate. He won't be able to eat or anything like that. So, like I said, we come from a family that prays, and I just didn't believe that was going to be his outcome. I don't know if God, like, just something in my heart told me that wasn't the outcome, and they just kept pushing. They would give me meetings after meetings asking me to, starve him, because we couldn't put a plug on him because he was breathing over the machine. So they wanted to starve him to where and let him pass away. And I just wouldn't let that happen because I just couldn't believe it. Maybe that was just me being, I couldn't let my son go, but he was grabbing my hand when I asked him to grab my hand, and I was showing the doctors this, and they still was just bypassing it and not believing that he's grabbing I'm moving my hand around and he's reaching for it, When I would ask him to blink his eyes, he would blink his eyes. So it was just things like that was there that I couldn't let that just bypass me and just
Yeah,
believe
they,
that it was
they
going.
didn't want to recognize that there's an improvement taking place.
Yes,
But
yes,
you could actually see your son responding to things because maybe most likely they made up their mind that there's no way he's gonna come out of this. So what you were saying didn't make sense to them. They were like, "Oh, she's tripping," kind of thing.
yes.